Not every housewife gets this opportunity to become like a superstar on a stage like this. So I want to thank all of you. I started a new skin journey when I'm 21 years old, and my mom sponsored me. And when I'm 23, I became a blue diamond. That was the youngest ever blue diamond then. And when I'm 25, I've decided to become a full-time mother. And when I'm 30 years old, I became a $1 million circle. And when I'm 39, I became $5 million circle member. And when I'm 41 years old, I became $10 million circle. I want to thank New Skin to give me this opportunity to write my own milestones. And I'm really fortunate because I started New Skin while I'm still quite young. So after achieving some achievements in New Skin, I started to do some investments. Do you want to know what New Skin achievers invested? And my 3 entertainment business. Why do I call it entertainment business? Are there fathers and mothers here? Definitely. And you know that to invest in your children can be as big as an investment in a business. So after investing 17 years, he's 3rd year in college. And after he's grown up, he wants to start a shop selling ice cream. Now the one in the right, I have invested in her life for 16 years. She says she would like to become an evangelist when she grew up. And one in the middle is about to enter high school. So she says when she grew up, she wants to be an artist, but now she changed her plan. She wants to become a chef instead. So all of you are still encouraging me. After I hear their ambitions, I kind of felt quite chilled. Now I find that the way they are going, I may not get much for my investment. So I hope all of you support me. I think doing New Skin is much better than investing in 3 of them in that way. So I'm like a normal homemaker that do what we normally do, going to activities with my children. Look at my daughter playing the golf, and that all my money has gone to waste, right? The way she posture herself. And then I love to bring them out for tours. And I'm pretty fortunate because when I came into New Skin, that's where New Skin started to go into different regions. So every year I have 5 trips, incentive trips with New Skin. That's fantastic, right? I love to bring them out to have fun. And 2011, we went to North America. And some people say that if you touch Mr. Harvard's feet, you will become smarter. So that's what my son was doing. So when we were there, we managed to, tour different areas. So not long ago, Trump's daughter also took a picture at the same spot. And he actually wrote this: "The future of my daughter has started." So there will be a chance that your future be open up to you. I said that to one of my children. Now 2012 we went to Mexico, and 2013 we went to the Mediterranean, and they were soaking in the pool watching a Disney movie. That's pretty cool, isn't it? So 2014 we went to Whistler. And that's where we get to do skiing. And that's where the Olympics were held. And we managed to sit on the sleigh that is pulled by the dogs. And 2015, we went to Dominican Republic. And I get to be kissed by the sea lion and pulled around by the penguins. So look at Norway in 2015 and Britain. So I managed to have a party for all my leaders in a special restaurant. My daughter was asked, what do your mother do? And she answered, I don't know, she just held a lot of parties. So in Alaska, we managed to go crab catching. And then we were in the helicopter there, going up to see that special natural light. My husband did manage to go that year. So 2016, we went to Hawaii. And there's my partner there on the ship. You know who is besides it? It is a whale. A whale is so near to us when it was... we managed to capture a shot of it. And of course, we get to see the sunrise. And a picture taken with a very handsome man there. I hope my husband don't see this. 2016, we went to Rome and we were in a garden. And we had a special party held there. And what I felt touched is my daughter was in Renaissance. She was studying about the ancient Rome and about the Cultural Revolution. And we were very, very excited about this tour. And my daughter was so excited. She was taking so many shots because she was saying, Mom, this is exactly what I'm studying about right now. And that was really, really nice. But I tried to stop her from taking too many shots because people may get envy about her. So I'm so happy that I can actually showcase whatever she's learning on textbook. So I also like to chase stars with my girls. And I also bring them to many concerts. And my youngest daughter loves to become a chef. And so what's better than to have a special talent class conducted in Rome. And I also managed to accompany my son for an overseas studies. And he was the presenter. He's only 15 years old. And there are many businessmen downstage listening to their presentations because they did a project. So he is very handsome, isn't it? So this sharing may look like just a very ordinary housewife. Some people say it's not just a simple housewife, but like a very, very special class lady. Now, I have more than 20 markets at the same time running in the whole world. Do you think this is special? So, would you like to listen to my story? I started using Nu Skin products when I'm 16 years old. I never feel that when you use something, you have to sell it. So after graduated from Italy, when I went back to my mom, I actually missed her a lot. And my mom is in the stage of being quite crazy doing Nu Skin. Those who are crazy, they don't sleep in the night, right? They are all drawing circles in the night, right? And when she saw me, she never say, I missed you or welcome you home. The first thing, do you know what she said? Do you know those who are crazily involved in Nu Skin business? When they see you, they don't see you. They just see your face, right? So the first sentence she says to me is, you must put on a mask. And then she started to put on the mask for me. What do you think she put on me? Not spa. No, I'm not even 1.0 version of Nu Skin during the agricultural stage. So they put some the very primitive mask on me that I cannot speak. So for 30 minutes, she kept talking to me about her great plans while I'm on the mask. So she says, you are back from studying, you must start to be serious. Now, our Joe's family, number one, we will not go to work. Secondly, we will not be in business. Thirdly, all our Joe's children must be in new skin business. That's pretty cool, right? But I'm so terrified. After the mask, the first thing I do is run to my bed. And I did not think that my mom has been so well trained. When I woke up the second morning, she is waiting for me there. Because her outline says, no matter what, you have to sign them. So even though I'm her child, she did not trust me. Before anybody can approach me, she signed me up. And then at that time, we have a business kit. And then she gave it to me, and we can go out to play. No, doesn't mean that you sign up means you're interested in business. That's correct. At that time, I have a very important goal, and that is to find a job. Now, I don't know whether there are any 21 here. At that time, I just finished my school. I'm very confident. I have a goal. I make some calculations. I feel that from young to old, my father has brought us up all this time. And I feel that if I can make about $5,000 a month, I can be independent. I have repaid my parents, right? So I think many of you didn't think my goal was that great, isn't it? This must come from a person that have never worked, right? Definitely. Because to me, 5,000 is a great sum of money already. My parents are not that rich. They are just working class. But they gave their life to give me the best education so that I can have the greatest achievements. And I hope that one day when they think about me, their investment is a successful investment. So I have a goal. I want to find a job that gets me US $5,000 a month. Now, when you have very clarity of goal is actually good. There's an advantage and a disadvantage. The advantage is you cannot lie to yourself. You have a very clear goal. But because of that, I can't find a job. Because in my family, nobody has ever worked. They are always in some kind of small businesses. So I never knew that to make $5,000 a month at my stage is impossible. So I couldn't find a job. So that was the valley of my life. But at this time, my mom pulled me to lessons and trainings. Now, trainings are very important, isn't it? So in the past, I've listened to many, many lessons, and that was forced by my mom. Because I do not have the right attitude, although I'm here listening, but I feel that it has nothing to do with my life. That's what I was thinking. So every time when they ask me, what do you think about the sharing? I have not much to share. I'm more concerned about what kind of fashions that people around me put on. And I only share with my mom that, hey, they all don't dress well here. So please dress properly next time when you come for classes, yeah? Now, I have such a clear goal, but I don't have good opportunity. So finally, one day, my mom managed to bring me to a training session. Now, there are many people who ask me, why you decided to become in new skin business when you're 21 years old. You must have a mind of your own, and you must be very mature to think of engaging on such a business. But I believe all of you would agree with me that at 21 years old, most of us don't know much, and many things looks very blurred to me. And in fact, I say I didn't hear and understand most part of the meeting. The only thing I heard was somebody shared that he makes $5,000 a month from New Skin. So many people ask me, your field is into fashion. Why did you start to decide to make such a big change to your career path. But actually, many people complain about the lack of opportunities in life. But in fact, often opportunities arise. However, one is usually afraid to grasp it due to the lack of goals. In fact, many of us we have met with many opportunities, but these opportunities are short-lived as well. And if we do not seize the opportunity, they just passed away so quickly. So I told them that I make a choice because I felt that Nu Skin is the one that I'm looking for. And that is why I changed my career path. So making the right choice in life is indeed very important. But after we make the right choice, we still need to work hard and persevere in order to achieve success. Do you agree with me? So at this point, other than to share with you my life, my achievements, I feel that that's just motivational. But I think most of you would like to know, how did I manage to stick with my decision? Do you like to listen to my? I know. I like to share with you what motivates me is my dream. Now, before Nu Skin, I don't know what is a dream. I have many goals, but I don't know what is a dream. Only after coming into Nu Skin, then I started to know, and it gave me new perspective of life. I started to ask myself, what kind of person can I become? And before coming into Nu Skin, I have many goals. I know I want to make $5,000 a month. I know I want to be independent. I like to buy a branded bag, a branded shoe, and buy a car. But those are just some goals. But I have never thought about what kind of person I want to become. So first, I like to thank Nu Skin to give me the new perspective of life, that I start to think what kind of life I want and what kind of person I want to become. Now, many people say, I have a lot of dreams, but why did I not persist on? Have you ever asked yourself the same question? Now, is it certain people they are more persistent than us? Can I do it? I think today the first thing I like to share with you is the most important thing is you must realize the difference between dreams and goals. And when you understand the difference, then it's much easier for you to persist. We need goals to achieve our dreams. For example, when you first enter into the business, we need to set a goal to become an executive, and then you want to become a ruby. Then I must hold on to the ruby until I can go for a trip. Now, that's goals to achieve your dream. Now, in the process of achieving these goals, but if I do not have a clear dream, then it's very easy for me to give up halfway through. Now, while you are going through setbacks, if you only view these goals as I'm going to Sydney next year. Now, if your goals is merely going to Sydney next year, what will happen if you are faced with setbacks? You will be thinking, I think even if I don't go to Sydney, I don't lose much, isn't it? I can go by myself, isn't it? I don't need to be recognized and I don't need to go on this incentive trip. Now, dream is not a goal. Dream is you can see who you become in 10 years, in 20 years, living what kind of lifestyle. When you are very clear about that, then you will not let go, and you will not quit. Why are dreams so important? Because when you are falling apart, when you want to quit, now when you are thinking that as long as I give up, I don't have to suffer anymore. But when you have a clear dreams, it will stop you from quitting. So it's very important. Now, when I started Nu Skin, I did not have so much persistence too, but I only clearly know what kind of life I want to live in 10 years' time. So whenever I'm faced with setbacks, I have also moments when I could not sleep because I'm worrying about my sales volume. And there are moments when many partners that promised me to work with me and then left me. Do you have moments like this? I also have moments when many of my friends are playing, having fun, and I'm still very young then. And I just felt that why do I want to work so hard? Why do I need to strive so hard while my friends are all having fun? So there are many moments that I wanted to give up. I have also had moments like this. But what stopped me from quitting is not because I have very strong persistence, but rather I know very clearly that if I give up on New Skin, that will mean that I no longer can have the type of life that I wanted to live. And that is why I do not dare to give up. And many people say I want to be determined, but I can hardly believe that I can do it, isn't it? Many partners often ask me, now, what do you feel when you make up your mind? I like to feel what you feel. Now, at the initial stage of the business, the first few years, whenever I come to a meeting like this, I feel heavy-hearted because when I see many people going up the stage to be recognized, and I kept thinking, is it possible for me to be one of them one day? I know I can be successful. Do I have the quality to be a leader? Can I make it? These are all the questions that went through my mind in the initial stage. I feel sad and heavy-hearted, and I will go back home crying because wondering whether can I ever make it to be on stage. Now we like to be determined. There are many times we're afraid that we don't have what it takes. So what really changed my attitude at that time was I discovered that success is not about abilities but habit. And since it is a habit that it can be cultivated. So after I discovered this, I found that, hey, I can be cultivated to become a successful person as long as I'm willing to change and to practice the skills of habits, and they will definitely be able to make it. And when I have this clarity, I gain confidence. And many people could not achieve it not because they cannot, but rather they do not have the right concepts and attitudes. And many a times when we set goals for ourselves, we emphasize too much on the results. But we forgot that it's more important to emphasize on the process. If we set the goal to become an executive, it's not just for the rank of an executive, rather than to achieve the abilities and skills of an executive. When we decide to do something, not just because we want an incentive trip, but rather in the process to acquire the skills of success. So this is very important. So the real goals in our goal setting is to find a better you. So in New Skin, many of us are not people that are inborn with leadership qualities, but rather we just continually pursue one goal after another. And while we're doing that, we change and transform ourselves. And that's how we are transformed. A step at a time, we become the person that we dream to become. Now, after so many years of hard work, what have I achieved in New Skin? What was my dream in New Skin? I also a hunger for freedom that is all-rounded. I don't want to just do nothing. Doing nothing is too boring. I want to choose the kind of the life I want to live, to do the things I want to do, where I want to do it, and do with who. And that is what I think blissfulness is. So when I set my goal and my dream, I find that other than new skin, I cannot find other vehicles to help me achieve. And that is why in all those hard years, I did not dare to give up, because I know new skin is the only way that can help me achieve what I want. And freedom gave me a life full of choices. Now, freedom is not the need of not to do anything, but rather to have the choices that you want. And at 2004, my eldest daughter was diagnosed with autism.
I wonder if you know about autism. Kids with autism need a lot of attention. It took us 6 months teaching her to drink water with a straw from a cup. So I chose to give myself 5 years of parenting leave, and the new skin career enabled me to do so. Many people might think that it was easy decision to do. It was not so easy. You might think that all I need is to call the relevant parties, but my husband is in the traditional business, and it took my husband 2 years to completely close his business. Yet I just took a few calls. That was the choice and option I had. So in the past 22 years, I migrated 3 times. 3 times I moved to a different country and moved our house many times. I moved to Taiwan, then to Vancouver. Then I met my husband when I explored our business in Thailand. And my husband was very smart. He was among the audience, and he concluded that the fastest route to business is to marry me. So we lived in Bangkok for 11 years, and we moved back to Canada after the 11 years. So I moved to a different country 3 times in the past 22 years, but I never had to restart all over again because of the movings. I met many ladies in Bangkok. They were also high-level executives. They were VPs in big corporates. But every time their husbands were posted to overseas position, they had to give up their career. With New Skin, it is my first job and my only job, and it enabled me never to give up the career because of movings. So every time when I look back to 22 years ago, I was at this crossroad, and if at that time I chose a different direction to go, then you would be hearing a totally different story, right? So I stand here today, and I want to give you a role model and to tell you that today you need to make the right decision for your dreams, because in future, many years later, you will be grateful for the hard work you put in today.